we were taking off on, it was like wire slips laid down on the paddy field. Otherwise you'd just sink in. And we were taking off with bombs on board there. Anyway, it come that the war was finished when they dropped the atom bombs. We got posted down to Rangoon, and because Angus Gray and I were the oldest ones on the squadron there, not in age but in time, we had to go with on board a boat with all the kit while the squadron flew from Rangoon with one stop to Singapore. And one of our chaps, and this would have been the plane, if I'd have been going, I should have been flying, and it was a New Zealander named Warrant Officer Anderson, and he, something happened that he went to jump out, had to jump out with his parachute, which got caught up in the tail, and he got killed, which I think is actually on your site on the computer side. Well, we finished up at Singapore in the end, and we were there till March of the next year when the squadron disbanded, and we just started getting Spit 14s at that point, so I had one trip in it and that was it. Anyway, three of us, it was myself and Angus Graham, one of the officers, got posted to 132 Squadron in Hong Kong, and we had to board a Sunderland flying boat in Singapore and went up, stuck in the tail of that, all three of us, while they took posh Chinese and Malaysians in the cabin part, which didn't go down too well. When we got up to Hong Kong, there was no flying there because they were having trouble with the humidity and the engines, with the Griffin engine, because they'd got Spit 14s there then. And we never did fly there because it disbanded as well a month or two after that. So all we did really was laze about most of the time. And from there, my repatriation come through, and I flew from there waited one stop in Indochina at Saigon, and then down back to the camp where we'd been on at Tenga in Singapore. But unfortunately, instead of being in the Marri Quarter buildings, we were now in tents. And at that point I got my warrant officer to come through. And from there we boarded a ship. It was a converted aircraft carrier from a Canadian merchantman, and it was just a flat top, and we were stuck on there a month coming back. It broke down in the bed, and they called in at Malta, and then we called in at Gibraltar as well. And eventually got home in Plymouth, and that was a welcome sight, because having seen the growth of stuff and the trees and that abroad, it's nothing like the English green of the grass and trees that you see in England. Well, from there went up to Liverpool and went through the ferry, went through the tunnel rather, not the ferry, to a camp. I can't remember the name, out the other side, and that was at midnight. They gave us went to the cookhouse and we got bacon and egg breakfast, and told to go and find a hut that we could keep in for the rest of the night. And then when we come out, we got passes and everything else given to us, and then come home on leave for a month, because we'd had hardly any leave at all in 3.5 years abroad. And then after the leave, I was posted to Bentley Priory at Stanmore, which was Nelson's hideaway with his lover, I suppose you say. Lady Hamilton, was it? And it was headquarter fighter command there, where all the controls were, you know, in the underground there. And I was there till the December, and then got demobbed myself, and that was the end of my RAF career.